Good day, Smart Study scholars. Welcome back to Smart Study Kingdom, where learning is fun, fast, and full of confidence. Today, we're diving into some exciting math questions that will stretch your brain and sharpen your skills. So grab your pencil, paper, and royal focus because we're about to conquer these problems together. Let's go, Smart Study scholars. So, today we will be looking at 20 grade 4 math questions. We'll be working out each question and we'll be choosing the correct answer. So, let's go. Number 1 says, what is 584 written in expanded form? Now, let us look at the options A, B, and C. So the first thing we want to take note of is the expanded form. When we are looking at the expanded form of a number, we want to identify the true value of each of the digits. So let us start with the 5, which is in the hundreds place. So 5 times 100 is 500. If we look at the options, we will see that option A is the only option with 500. So that would be the correct answer. Let us look at the other digits to ensure that our answer is definitely correct. So the 8 is in the tens place, and 8 times 10 would give us 80. And then finally, the 4 is in the ones place. So 4 times 1 is 4. So option A is the correct answer. Question 2. Which number is greater than 5,643? Now let us look at option A. As soon as we look at option A, we know that it could not be correct because it is less than 5,000. Option B is also incorrect because it is the same as the number that was given. Now let us look at the final option. 6,345 is in fact greater than 5,643. So we're going to choose that as our answer. Question 3. What digit is in the hundreds place in the number 3,567? Now let us look at the places. 7 is in the ones place, the 6 is in the tens place, and then the 5 is in the hundreds place. Pretty straightforward question. Number 4. What number is shown by the blocks in the picture below? Now, let us identify what each set of blocks represent so that we can identify the number represented. So, the first set of blocks that was represented is the hundreds blocks, and then we have the tens blocks, and then we have the unit blocks, and there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 of them. So let us add up all these numbers. So 10 plus 10 is 100 plus 100 is equal to 200. 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 is equal to 40, and then we have 9. So let us put it together. 200 plus 40 plus 9. 9 plus 0 is 9. 4 plus 0 is 4, and 2 plus nothing is 2. So our answer is in fact option A, 249. Question 5. What is 247 rounded to the nearest 10? So we're going to write the number 247 and we're going to identify the number in the tens place. Now we're going to look behind that number to see which digit is there. Now, do you remember the rule of rounding? If we look behind and we see 1 to 4, it means that we're going to round down. But if we see 5 to 9, we're going to round up. So let us look back at the number 247. The number in the rounding place is a 4. And then when we look behind the 4, we see the 7. Where would the 7 fall? Between the 5 and 9. So it means that we're going to round up to the nearest 10, which is 250. Question 6. Which coin has a value of $10? Now, here we have the $5 coin, then we have the $10 coin, and then the $20 coin. So our answer is option B. Question 7. What is the missing number? We have 20, 23, 26, blank, 32, and 35. Now let us see what is happening to these numbers to cause them to change. So in order to get from 20 to 23, we see that a 3 was added. Okay, now to get from 23 to 26, another 3 was added. And to get from 26 to the next number, it would be safe to assume that we're going to add 26 plus 3 again to get 29. Now let us continue the pattern and ensure that it's correct. So 29 plus 3 will in fact give us 32, and then 32 plus 3 will get us to 35. So the number that was missing is 29. Question 8. Which is 3 and 5/8? Now this sounds like it is a mixed number. So we are going to eliminate option A, which is an improper fraction. Now we're going to look for the fraction with a whole number of 3. So it means that we're going to eliminate option B as well. So our answer C, we have 3 and 5/8. Question 9. Which shape does not show half shaded? Does option A show half shaded? So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. So that is the denominator. Then we have 1, 2 shaded. So our fraction is 2 over 4. Now, is that equal to a half? Yes. When we use 2 to divide the numerator and the denominator, we are left with 1 over 2. So 2 over 4 is an equivalent fraction of a half. Now let us look at option B. Option B is a triangle, but it was cut crossway. So does this represent a half? No, because this portion and the lower portion are not the same. So this is not showing a half. Option C, we see a circle that was cut in half diagonally and half of it was shaded. So option B is not a shape that is showing half shaded. Question 10. What fraction of the marbles is green? In order to find out the fraction of marbles that is green, we have to identify how many marbles there are. So 1, 2, 3 going down, and 1, 2, 3, 4 going across. So 3 times 4 is 12. So we have 12 marbles in all. So it means that 12 would be our denominator. Now, how many marbles are green? 1, 2, 3. 3 marbles are green. When we look at our options, do we see 3 over 12? No. So it means that we're going to have to reduce our fraction to get to the correct answer. Now, how can we reduce this fraction? We need to find a number that can go into 3, that can also go into 12. Which number can go into 3 and 12? Well, the answer is 3. So we use 3 to divide 3, and we're left with 1, or it goes into it 1 time, and 3 into 12 goes 4 times, so we are going to write the 4. So an equivalent fraction of 3/12 is a quarter. Now let us check our options to see if we have a quarter. Yes, we do. So option A is the correct answer for number 10. Moving on. Let us read the instruction and examine the picture. Examine the fraction chart below and use it to answer question 11. So here we can see a fraction chart and the different fractions that are represented on it: a half, thirds, quarters, fifths, sixths, and eighths. So question 11 asks, which fraction is equivalent to 2 quarters? So we're going to find the quarters, which is in this section, and we're going to shade 2 quarters. Which fraction do we see that is also in the options that's the same size as 2 quarters? So we're seeing a half, and we're also seeing 3/6 and 4/8. But which one of those options is one of the options, A, B, or C? Half. So half is our correct answer. Number 12. Which set of fractions is in order from smallest to largest? Now all these different fractions have different denominators, so we are not able to look at them and identify which is smallest and which is largest. So we need to ensure that they have the same denominator in order to order them. So we're going to write a half, a third, and a quarter. Now, how are we going to ensure that they have the same denominator? We are going to find the lowest common multiple. So what is the smallest number that 2, 3, and 4 can go into without leaving a remainder? Yes, the answer is 12. So we're going to write 12 as the new denominator for all these fractions. Now, how many times does the 2 go into the 12? 6 times. So we're going to multiply the 6 by the numerator. How many times will the 3 go into the 12? 4 times. We're going to multiply that by its numerator. And then finally, how many times can the 4 go into the 12? 3 times. So we're going to multiply that by its numerator. So 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 4 is 4. And 1 times 3 is 3. So now we can see the new fractions 6 over 12, 4 over 12, and 3 over 12. So let us order them now with the original fractions. So the smallest one would be 3 over 12, which is equivalent to a quarter. Then comes 4 over 12, which is equivalent to a third. And then 6 over 12, which is equivalent to half. So from smallest to largest, we have a quarter, a third, and a half. And that is option C. Let us move on to question 13. Which set of circles shows the same fraction of shaded circles as those in the rectangle below? Let us look at the fraction shown in the rectangle. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4 circles. So that is the denominator. And then 1, 2, 3 circles are shaded. So we're going to write that as the numerator. Now we want to see which one of these would be the same as 3 over 4. So let us look at option C. Has all circles shaded. So there are 6 circles and all 6 are shaded. So that is 6 over 6 or 1 whole. Is that equivalent to 3 over 4? No. Let us look at option B. Option B has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 circles and 3 are shaded. Is 3 over 8 equivalent to 3 over 4? No. Let us look at option A. Option A has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 circles and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are shaded. Oh no! Are we seeing the answer? Not quite there as yet. So 6 over 8 will be reduced to see if we can get 3 over 4. Which number can go into 6 that can also go into 8? Yes, in fact, it is 2. So 2 goes into 6 3 times and 2 goes into 8 4 times. So 6 over 8 is equivalent to 3 over 4. So our answer is option A. Question 14. What is the sum of 2,641 and 1,425? When we see the word sum, we know that we are adding. So let us write out the numbers. 2,641 plus 1,425. 5 plus 1 is 6. 2 plus 4 is 6. 4 plus 6 is 10. So we're going to put down the 0 and bring over the group of 10. And 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 1 more is 4. So our answer is 4,066. Question 15. The sum of 1,249 and 594 to the nearest hundred is blank. Now let us add these two numbers and then we can round it to the nearest hundred to find the answer. So 1249 plus 594. 4 plus 9 is 13. We're going to put down a 3 and carry the group of 10 over. 9 plus 4 is 13 again, plus 1, 14. Write down the 4 and bring over the group of 10. 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 1 is 8. And 1 plus nothing is 1. So our answer is 1843. But as you can see, none of that is not one of the answers. So it means that we need to continue working so that we can get to the answer. So we're to round to the nearest 100. So our answer is 1843. We're going to underline the number in the hundreds place, and then we're going to look behind to see which digit is behind that. Now remember, 1 to 4 we round down, and then 5 to 9 we round up. So 4 is there, so we're going to round down to the nearest 100, which is 1800. Question 16. The diagram below shows that 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is equal to 10. In which other way could this be written? So, question 16, as demonstrated by the diagram, is showing a multiplication sentence. So we're going to eliminate option C as well as option B. And our answer is option A. 17. Roy loves to leap. How many leaps does he have to make to get to 8? If he starts at 0 and leaps by 2s. So he's at 0 and he wants to get to 8. And each time he jumps, he's jumping by 2s. So let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Roy would need to leap 4 times to get to 8. Question 18. What number sentence does this picture show? Now let us examine the picture. We see 1, 2, 3 groups. And in each group we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So option B is the answer. 3 groups of 4. Question 19. Which diagram shows 30 divided by 4? Now let us look at all the options. What do we notice? We notice that B has a remainder. Now let us work it out. 4 divided by 30. Or 30 divided by 4, sorry. So 30 divided by 4. 4 cannot go into the 3, so we say 4 into 30 goes 7 times. 7 times 4 is 28. So we're going to subtract 8 from 0. We are unable to do that, so we're going to rename by taking a group of 10 from the next place, and we're going to bring it over. 8 from 10 is 2, and then 2 from 2, we're left with 0. So 4 goes into 30 7 times, and a remainder of 2 is left over. So our answer is option B. Now let us go to our final question. Use the diagram below to answer question 20. Now here we can see three groups, and in each group we have four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're asked, what is the product shown? So 3 times 4 is equal to 12. Good job, smart study scholars.